This is Gold Leader. I'm with Patronus. Missed my intro before. We are doing Wars TCG tonight. It's a little bit different though. We are actually going to bring you our championship match from our current online tournament. We were supposed to do a Death Star 2 live play session tonight, and I apologize. We're going to push that back 1 week. We just had a lot of people who really wanted to see the finalist play a live competitive match on stream, and we are going to comment on their game. So they won't be able to hear anything that we're saying, but we can see their game, and if I need to correct something in the game as a judge, I can do that as well. So if I remember correctly, I feel like Len and our match was super close. We played a best of three, and I won with my dark side, and I think I actually won my dark side twice and lost with my light side. I actually tried an experimental deck in this tournament. I was eliminated in the prior round. I built an experimental light side deck, which was okay. It I think it was still a fine deck. I definitely know I would make some changes, but I didn't want to go into this tournament playing a deck that I've played a ton, and I wanted to try some new things against actual competitive matches, and I felt like a tournament was the best way to try out some new theories. And I did like my theory, but I will say some of the decks that the community members brought really threw a curveball to me, and my deck didn't match up on the light side as well as my dark side. I actually think I won every dark side game I played in the online tournament. I might have lost one game, but my dark side deck was much stronger than my light side, and I probably should have been bidding it more aggressively. So in a tournament match, the way it's played is the light side player. I'm sorry. Both players start with a number of build points, and they're gonna bid. So they will roll a die, randomly decide who's gonna bid first. If you can't figure it out, just start it at 0 and go up to 90. We don't really need to spend a lot of time on it.
I'm just seeing if I can troubleshoot this really quick.
I know. Sorry, guys. We're trying to work on getting a timer up on the screen so we can have this match timed and everyone can see how much time is going on in the match. But apparently, it's a little more difficult than we thought.
Whatever. We're counting up.
So we're gonna count up to a 90-minute timer.
Yeah, no, I can't do anything about it right now. That's gonna take me too long to figure it out.
That's fine.
Okay.
So if you want to go into Lackey and just type and tell them they can start their timer and we're ready to go. So we're gonna as soon as we see them.
One sec. I have a ton of game sounds and I don't know why. Okay.
No one else can hear it. I don't believe.
Okay. Cool.
So
All
it's
right.
not recording on the mic.
Okay. So let's see how this goes.
Because
okay.
you're
Cool. Timer started.
yeah,
Good.
because you're controlling the game. All right. So yep, timer started, and first card played is actually going to be Masameda, one of Andrea's favorite cards.
He is a good one. I do like him a lot. So it's nice to be able to get those extra build
yeah,
points.
Masameda is good for a couple things. He's good for just generating build points. He is also good because he's cheap, and he can be deployed in setup without a lot of cost, allowing you to filter your deck early in setup and get more cards.
Yeah.
We also see this play was followed up by Yoda J. Yoda J is probably the most...
Another one of my faves.
Yeah. Yoda J is probably the most cost-efficient card
Yeah.
on the light side at 6 build points. He has crazy abilities.
Yeah, and honestly, I love that you guys, or I should say the game designers, actually made him an uncommon. That just makes it so many people have an opportunity to play with him.
The major players got very good versions at different rarities, which is very smart. So then it looks like we're followed up by some Bestman Twin Pod Cloud cards. These bad boys were everywhere in the tournament.
Yep.
So many people are playing them. Light side, dark side. They're just cheap, efficient, accuracy, fast. They're just so good.
And force drain if at worst case, they're force drained, which is also
so as
good.
It looks right now, we have a really interesting setup because I believe the bottom player is Milo.
It should be Milo, yeah, and the top player should be Len.
Yeah, I would think that's how it works.
Yeah.
We'll have to figure this out.
Well, so Milo plays Anakin's pod racer. So what side is Anakin's?
Okay, so yeah, Milo.
So I guess Milo's on
Milo
top.
is the light side.
Okay.
On the top, and
Len
is playing the dark side.
So the panels on the left hand side are flipped, but that's okay.
Yeah. So just know that Milo is the light side player, and Len is the dark side player.
Yeah.
So we have an interesting setup. What's going on here? From my view, it looks like.
What does Sam Hill do?
Oh, so Sam Hill is just another cheap guy that gives you build points. He's actually from Attack of the Clones, one of the few units from Attack of the Clones that's definitely still worth playing. He pays for himself one time.
Okay.
So, and he just exhausts. And if your opponent kills him, that's just one less attack that's going at your hero. And since he pays for himself, and the reason to play him is for Vader R. So people often play these cheap guys to make sure that they can get that hidden cost Vader out there and play.
But he just ended up playing
if you don't kill Sandhill, you risk like Imperial Misdirection, moving all the counters from Vader R over to Sandhill.
That makes sense.
So this is the scary part. So on the bottom here, Len, he's trying to win character and ground, obviously.
Clearly,
no space units. But Milo up top has the Falcon E, which is going to be attacking. Oh, I can't use it. Sad.
No.
So the Falcon E is actually going to be attacking all these characters because of his special ability.
Yeah.
And the Redemption is actually going to heal the damage
from those characters.
From the characters, even though Darth Vader is dealing unpreventable damage.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be really hard to kill Yoda J. He's going to have to get in space, I think, to win this game. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
He's going to crush ground.
For sure. And what's interesting is, because of that skiff, that makes things a little bit more difficult for Milo because he's going to have to pay the force in order to keep his units untapped.
It would be I think it would be an issue if he had more than one skiff, but 2 force is nothing because you can't even spend force to evade right now.
I guess that's true.
So the skiff is normally going to be great.
Does deflect count as using evade against Vader R?
Vader R is damage can't be prevented, so you can't deflect against Vader.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if deflect was different than evade.
No,
quote unquote.
they're different abilities, but the abilities both prevent damage. Okay. That's like the first part of the ability.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah,
interesting.
Yeah,
so they are through with their setup. They're into their first turn. It looks like they rolled a 6 for that first build phase, so they both got 7.
Yeah, so they both got 7. No, that's not true. So Len didn't have this right here.
Oh, that's
Len
true.
didn't have space, so he didn't get the build roll.
Right. But he gets infinite extra.
He got +2 build points from Sand Hill and +1 build point from Masamena, putting him at 9.
Yeah.
And then Sand Hill actually gives the light side player 1 build point.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So he gets 2 for the dark side, 1 for the light side.
Sure. Okay.
So plus he had a bonus, so that's where he's getting the 2 extra build points.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Oh, okay. So now
There's
what I said,
skiff.
the second skiff.
That's pretty rough.
That's where the force drain's really going to be prevalent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And oddly, the light side has so few bombard units that are any good. I actually thought about running, like out of the blue, like throwing like 1 or 2 bombard capital ships in my light side deck, because often I win space so much, and I'm like, who cares how bad the unit is? I just want to bombard.
Yeah,
and take out those stupid skiffs and things that, there's a lot of good ground utility units that the dark side player can benefit from.
Oh, carbon freezing chamber.
Okay, so that's really bad.
That's really bad.
So,
well, we should say really bad for Milo.
Really bad for Milo. Luckily, Milo is the light side player, and he gets to react, and he's got a lot of build points. So, as long as Milo has a location character in his hand, he can overbuild the carbon freezing chamber for 4 build points. So the way the rule works is with locations is if you want to play a location and there's a location already in the same arena, the location that you're playing, you have to pay the cost of the location that's currently occupying that arena. So carbon freezing chamber costs 4. Whatever character location Milo would want to play, he would have to pay 4 to get rid of the carbon freezing chamber.
Okay. Right. Exactly.
And he's going to need to, because honestly,
that is a problem.
The two skiffs, even if he taps the unit, so he doesn't have to pay the 4 force. It's going to make it really hard for him to kill Vader R with just Dark Woman. Okay, so he's playing his own location. This will help.
No, this is still Len because it's facing this direction.
No, it's not. It's a light side.
Milo.
It's Milo. See, it's a light side location. Locations they don't. In Lackey, the locations
everything just faces
down.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Okay.
They don't because you're not actually playing at a table and people aren't facing them towards them. Right. Yeah, but this is a light side location. Dagobah will gain him 2 force points, so that will help negate the carbon freezing chamber.
Right.
It'll buy him time.
Just a little, yeah. Enough that hopefully it'll buy him a little time. Yeah, exactly.
Now he's man. These guys are playing fast. This is impressive.
Yeah, they're playing very fast.
So it looks like Milo's choosing to spend his first build point on Dagobah system. Then he's spending 4 build points on Coruscant Shuttle. He's now searching his deck for a Jedi card, and he's going to reveal that card to his opponent and put it into his hand. Coruscant Shuttle is insanely good.
Yeah, I love that card. Most of the time, I end up searching for another one of them, but just the fact that it's so flexible is fantastic.
Yeah, so Coruscant Shuttle, it might be innocuous, but it actually has the Jedi subtype. So you can play it for 4, search your deck for another Coruscant Shuttle, kind of string a whole bunch of them into play together, and then on the last one, then search whatever other Jedi card you want.
Right, exactly.
It makes the card really powerful. If you have a weak setup in ground, all of a sudden you could just put a whole bunch of speeders into play and then end up winning your ground battle.
Right, exactly.
And we're seeing Milo, looks like, deploy another good unit, unmodified snowspeeder, cheap, good stats.
Very fast.
The downside is the damage.
Oh, we're going into combat.
Man,
so Falcon's attacking Vader.
Yep.
All right, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm glad they put the little marker out there. It just helps the stream.
Yep. And it looks like you rolled a 2.
You want to type it in? Thank you. Keep using the markers. Alright, so looks like Milo got, 2 hits with the Falcon? And we're waiting to see what Len wants to do about those 2 hits.
Yep.
Questions from chat?
Nothing so far. Just people commenting on some of the cards they're seeing. Okay, so I think they're still resolving that attack.
Yep.
So Len changed his force
to 2, so it looks like he's going to try to deflect.
Yeah. Pay 2, deflect 1. And he deflected it to Dark Woman.
Correct. And it looks like Milo just took it. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
I thought he might deflect.
Well, he can't prevent damage that's deflected from Vader.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's right. He can't. Yeah, so that's why.
There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it. It is Vader.
The power of Vader.
Okay. So it looks like we're going to the ground.
Yep. Alright, he's attacking skiff number 1.
If you want to remind him to ship the phase to battleground.
Alright, so 1 damage.
Yep, alright, we're in the ground phase. Anakin got 1 damage on the skiff. Yeah, you could see he doesn't even care about the other units.
Yeah.
Now, surprisingly, Len did not intercept with that.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he forgot, or maybe he's doing it now.
Yeah, he might have just let Anakin go because Anakin only rolls 2 dice.
Right. And he knew that it couldn't kill it.
Correct.
Yeah. That is fair. Len changes his force from 2 to 1.
So he's redirecting it here. Isn't it 0?
Yeah, it's 0. So you can type that. Alright.
Okay, easy to fix.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Alright, so 2 damage ended up on Jabba's guards.
Yep, from the unmodified snowspeeder.
Yep.
And then it looks like these guys are going to make quick work of that shuttle.
Yeah.
So each Bespin twin pod car is 3 dice with accuracy 1.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty rough. And this guy only has 3 health. Yeah. So they'll probably
has
evade
take him out.
Yeah, evade 1. I guess he's not using his force or anything else.
Well, he might be using it for the skiffs.
That's true.
So this is smart. What Len's doing is attacking with the speeders first, because then if Milo forgets about the force that he needs to save for Cloud City Battlegrounds.
Yeah, because you can see that these cloud cars are the same speed as the skiffs. They're both 50. So yes, he is definitely making the correct choice there.
And 3 hits.
Yeah.
Bam.
Boom.
It's probably not even worth it.
That wasn't even worth the accuracy. They didn't even need the accuracy. That's crazy. Good rolls.
So, let's look at Cloud City Battle. It's 3 force. So he, in theory, could pay 1 force to force another attack to hit this shuttle, which looks like he's going to do.
Yep.
So, 2 hits go on the shuttle, and now the other speeder is going to make work of this shuttle.
Yep. And 2 more.
Alright.
So that shuttle's gone.
Dead shuttle.
Yep.
Alright, and then some skiffs
then he's
are
resolving
going
the
to...
skiffs.
Yeah, they're going to both tap, most likely on Yoda.
Yeah, and those guys are in their own Discord channel, so they're talking to each other as they progress through their match. Yep. Okay, so he targeted Yoda with the first skiff.
Okay, yeah, he's got to pay. He's got to just let it tap because he needs the 3 force. Otherwise, it goes back to his hand.
Yep, exactly.
And now again, look how brutal that is.
Oh,
because he can each one.
Yeah.
So now there's no attackers at Vader.
And Vader just gets a free crack. At Yoda, it looks like. Well, see, I disagree with that because he's targeting Yoda for carbon freezing chamber. That's what he's doing.
Yep.
Okay.
Which he's gonna pay.
Yeah, exactly. Which he did pay. So
and now
Vader going? I think he should go at Dark Woman just so he doesn't give Len the chance to draw more cards.
Yeah. The drawing the cards is relevant.
It's super relevant because he obviously doesn't have.
Len rolled 4 hits at Dark Woman. Yep.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yep.
Yeah, it's sad that Dark Woman didn't get a chance to attack.
She didn't do anything. Yeah, it's awful, but I think that was the right choice.
No, it's definitely the right choice because Dark Woman had a damage on her, and if he doesn't kill her, then the redemption just heals her.
Right.
So it's not doing anything.
There is that, but again, Yoda being able to let Milo draw and dig for cards because he clearly didn't have a character location. Otherwise, he would have played it.
Right, yeah.
And this, plus the combination of the skiffs, is winning him the game.
Yeah,
right now.
So Yoda, whenever you attack Yoda, the player who controls Yoda gets to look at the top 4 cards of their deck, choose one and put in their hand. So not attacking Yoda basically takes away what Andrew's saying, his ability to dig in his deck for a location to replace the Cloud City Battlegrounds.
Yeah.
In tournament play, locations are so ridiculously essential. They are some of the most powerful effects, and whoever can maintain control over those locations will often determine the outcome of a lot of games. But looks like we're at a new build.
Yeah.
And what did he roll for build? A 2?
Yeah, I'm not sure because
Let's see.
Maybe 3 because Milo has 3 build listed right here.
Milo rolls a 1.
A 1. Oh, well, that's terrible.
Okay, so they had a 1 for build.
Yeah. Milo got the bonus from Sam Hill and then from having 1 in each. So that makes sense why he's got 3 build.
I don't know why Sam Hill's not tapped, though.
Yeah. I can ask him.
Unless he didn't mean to. Didn't use him.
Okay.
He must have rolled.
Yeah, so I think Milo assumed maybe.
Yeah, Milo must have assumed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he ticked it down 1.
That makes sense. Yeah, Milo probably just assumed he was using Sam Hill.
Yeah, it looks like Milo's not going to deploy any units, but a meditate. It's getting 2 more force, draw 2 more cards. The force will be relevant so that
he can afford to keep Yoda in play.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a problem keeping Yoda in play. He has a problem being Yoda untapped.
And in play. Combination, yeah.
Because he has a lot of force. He's got 8 force. So, drain from here is 2, 4, and 7.
Yeah.
So, he
he's going to use almost all of his force.
He definitely has enough force to stay untapped.
Yeah. So they're on the retreat light side step. Milo's trying to decide if he's retreating.
There should be a damage on the unmodified Snowkeeper for upkeep.
Oh, yeah.
And double check that the Jabba's Guard's upkeep was paid because it's untapped. Which I would imagine, yeah, he definitely didn't pay. Okay. So the Falcons attacking Masameda. Interesting. I would just be going at Vader right here.
100%. Yeah, I mean, any damage you can do. I guess maybe he's trying to mitigate damage back to Yoda via deflect, but...
Yeah, that could be.
3.
Alright, well, that's going to kill Masameda.
Yeah.
He only has 5 health, I believe. Alright. Nothing to heal with the redemption.
Correct. So that's just going to tap.
And then he's going to try and kill one of these skiffs.
Gotta. I mean...
If he can kill one of these skiffs, he's got a chance.
Yeah. Problem is he's just going to intercept, most likely.
Yep.
And I mean, Anakin's pod racer will not kill it.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to kill a skiff.
So he's not going to be able to kill a skiff.
Not unless he has a battle card.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if there's a light side battle card that he could be using that would help him here.
You would know better than I would.
Now, if he had a Coruscant shuttle in play, I could say that maybe he had a lightsaber quick draw or something.
Yeah.
But what just happened?
He paid the force to tap the cloud cars.
Why?
I don't know.
He's gonna lose. He lost his Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I guess he just wants to kill the skiff so bad.
Yeah.
But he's still not going to kill it.
They're going to go before it. So I don't understand. Other than he just wants to keep his units alive long enough to be able to kill the skiff.
Except that he literally can't because...
Oh, he didn't... Did he not intercept?
I
guess not.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, he did not intercept it. That's... Okay. So, I would expect now he's going to intercept. Okay.
Yeah, that was just the intercept.
I'm surprised he wouldn't have just intercepted both times.
Yeah.
It cost 0,
right.
and Anakin's pod racer was
I would have intercepted twice because Anakin could have rolled 2 there. So maybe he had a damage prevention card in his hand and didn't care tipping his hand.
Maybe.
I just don't countermeasures. Okay, interesting. So countermeasures is for this attack, any damage dealt gets dealt back.
Yeah.
That's interesting. He must have a really good hand. I don't know why you wouldn't save that countermeasures for the Falcon. That's a great way to get rid of that Falcon.
Or against Yoda. But Yoda's probably not even going to attack.
Yoda's not going to attack. He's got no force. Yoda's going to his hand.
Yeah.
He spent too much force.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, Character Arena is essentially lost.
Yeah.
I don't know. Milo made a mistake in this game. This is going to be pretty tough for him to crawl out of.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he didn't even kill the Jabba's guards with the speeder attack.
Oh, that would have been hard because they had 3 health left.
And because he spent his force so low,
he
doesn't even need to use the skiff to tap Yoda because he knows it's going to his hand.
Correct.
So those skiffs are just going to
attack that
kill the unmodified. Which is 4 damage on the unmodified. The upkeep is going to kill it.
Correct.
So,
but I think he's still rolling.
No, he looks like he's rolling. He realized
Yep.
he realized he's going to change his mind. He's going to attack Anakin.
Yeah, that makes sense. 1 damage.
1 damage. Lucky. 1 damage. Well, he's going to evade anyways because it's I have no force anyways.
Well. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked Milo's idea of trying to at least kill 1 skiff.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't.
But I would have saved enough force to keep Yoda in play.
Yeah.
Just so that Yoda has to be attacked by Vader and he can dig, like you said. That was his best plan to win. I don't know how he can win ground.
And he's got another 2-die build result, which is not going to help Milo at all.
Yeah, and Len is not going to give him any build points.
Nope.
So, this might be game over.
It very well might be. See how.
So I guess the good
goes.
thing though. So the good thing about just giving up Character Arena is that you do negate. By returning Yoda to your hand, you negate Karma Freezing Chamber. So
Correct.
You don't care about Force the rest of the game on that. If he tries to win ground now, and he's just like, I'm going to go all in on ground, he can actually tap 3 of these speeders every turn because he gets 6 force a turn because of the Dagobah system.
Right.
Which then essentially makes this you got a 1 damage skiff, you've got a 1 damage Jabba's guards, which he's going to have to pay upkeep for.
Yeah.
And then you have another healthy skiff. So he actually could win this arena. It's not over. And tell him you can type, remember, upkeeps. Alright. So...
Oh, what the heck just happened?
I don't know what just happened. He discarded his hand?
Oh, he might have done that by accident. Because it looks like he's pulling it all back now. Although he just revealed his entire hand.
I can't see the discard piles, apparently.
Apparently not.
Oh! Alter the Deal.
Oh.
So, Len played Alter the Deal, which makes each player discard their hand and draw a new hand.
Got it.
If you ever played Magic, it's literally Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, it's Wheel.
Same cost.
Literally, yeah. It's funny. And it's a dark side card, so it's red.
Yep. Alter the Deal. So that's why he
Thank
lost his
you,
whole
Richard
hand.
Garfield.
Oh man, now he's also playing Guidance of the Chancellor. So this time he gets to look at Milo's hand and then decide if Milo gonna discard it and then draw a completely new hand. I remember Len. So when I played Len, he did this to me with my light side deck, and he played 4 copies of that card on turn 1.
And it looks like he made him discard his hand because Milo just drew a bunch of cards.
He made me discard 28 cards because he played it 4 times on me. I was actually, my deck was mostly gone.
Yeah,
I still won,
crazy.
But man, I'll tell you, I was getting nervous. I have not seen that card played at any competitive event
I've never
ever.
seen it before. Yeah,
I had to read the card when he played it on me because I was like, "What does that do again?"
Well, for you, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
I'm not sure what the arrow is. I think that's from last turn.
I think that's from last turn. Yeah, I just haven't erased it. So
looks like Len still has 1 build point he's trying to figure out what to do with.
Yeah. I think he played Guidance of the Chancellor again. Because it looks like it moved it to his discard and then I saw another one.
Yeah, he played it. All right, so
so
he did Alter the Deal. So he's discarded 21 cards from his hand.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's crazy.
The good side, there's good and bad to that, right? It's a total gamble. Like, he could have just drawn into something that was good. He could have lost stuff that was good.
Right.
You never know. I am a little disappointed on a spectator game that I can't see open zones.
Yeah, that's odd.
You would think I'd be able to, because I could see the table. I should be able to see their hands. You'd think I should be able to see the discard pile.
I would think so too.
That's kind of weird. I'd like to see all the cards that were discarded.
Right.
By Milo.
Yeah. And same thing when he revealed his hand to all players. It would have been nice to be able to see that as well.
Yeah.
So we could see what decision.
Well, so we get. I think Lackey was last updated in 2014. So.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
I don't think anyone ever expected to use Lackey to stream a game. What happened to our chat? Still there?
Everybody's still there.
All right. At Home Base Games down in flames.
I think he meant that the guy was going to go down in flames. That Milo was going down in flames.
Okay.
Alright, here's another unmodified.
Okay. I think that's probably going to be all the build.
Most likely.
They're pointing at upkeep, I think.
Yeah. It's hard to tell what happened with all that log was so many cards getting discarded and drawn.
Yeah.
Kind of got bogged down a little bit there.
Well, this game's not over yet. He should have more force, though, I feel like. Oh, the battle space, he should gain 2 from... I
think he did. He's at 7.
7? I feel like...
He was at 1.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so Falcon's attacking Vader.
Yeah, this is his best chance to win.
2.
2's
reasonable.
Hey, it's fine. All he can do is pay 2, deflect 1 to prevent
nothing?
1, and do it to nothing.
Can you do that? Can you use deflect if you don't have a target?
That's a good question. He might have to do it to Sandhill. I'm not really sure about that.
Interesting. All right.
What did he ended up doing? He evaded, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Milo's tapping, paying the force to tap those cloud cards.
Exactly, that's what I was saying,
Yep.
right? So by giving up the character arena, he's just going to focus. And now I think you just... See, that's a mistake. I would just attack the skiff. Make him intercept. Because if he wants to retaliate, let him retaliate Anakin's. Who cares about the...
Yeah. So Len is doing retaliate.
Exactly, yeah. I guess...
Right, so Milo got the 1.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like he's got 2 now. Because he is lucky, right? So 2. And Len is going to roll back.
I guess if he retaliates, it's maybe
For
not
0.
so bad. He can evade one with the
And he does have
speeder.
lucky, so there is that.
I'm not sure lucky actually works with retaliate for each attack. Retaliate is not attack, so you don't get lucky.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, rolling at that skiff. Yep, skiff's gone.
Okay. Well, now there's just one unit attacking him, and he's got the force to pay for those speeders. So
every turn.
So yeah, maybe just giving up Yoda was a good play.
Yeah. Got 1 damage on that guy.
All right, and then I'll take another out of keep.
Yep.
And the light side is chock full of most light side decks have lots of low cost units in ground, so it's easy to get back into the ground arena. All right, so we've got a close game 1 here. So looks like he rolled a 3, which will guarantee that's enough build points to at least play another unmodified snow speeder if he's got it. But his whole hand was discarded 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't really know. We don't know how many ground
units
he actually has. This is one of the instances. If this was your deck, it would be this. Your deck, I think, has all the cards that are in the table right now on the light side, at least.
Yeah.
You have ways to repair your speeders without the location, which is nice. Although in this scenario, you wouldn't have any of those cards in play.
Yeah.
So what does he do for 3 build?
Oh, a Jabba's guard that he had 1 build on, it looks like.
Okay. That's kind of annoying.
That's super annoying.
Because he wants to get rid of that skiff. He's going to have to work through another 5 health guard before he can do it. And he's got Len doesn't have much to do with this force, so we'll get that 1 more retaliate.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, the best thing that Milo could do is put 3 build points on another speeder. Yeah.
Yep.
And if he didn't have that, another Coruscant shuttle, so he can unlock.
Search for another.
So he can
shuttle,
search.
yeah.
And then he can unlock the Jedi ability to be able to play lightsaber quick draw in the ground arena.
Right.
And wipe out.
Yeah.
Although, so whose hand are we looking at? Well, Len's hand is chock full of cards.
Yeah.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards.
Holy cow.
And Milo has 7.
Yeah.
So, card advantage is on Len here.
For sure.
Force advantage, Len. Len has all the advantages, although those 3 Bespin Cloud card units are really showing their weakness. Kautra said, I wish that me and Skippy and the few other people that brought the toolkit would actually get cracking on making an automated and better version for streaming.
I'm assuming of Lackey.
No, they bought the Unreal Engine toolkit so they could, in theory, build their own. Unreal is a gaming engine, graphics engine.
Okay.
And they bought this thing that basically allows people to create their own computer programs. And so they bought it with the thought of making their own online platform instead of Lackey. So they had control and can make it better. All right.
So Falcon rolled at Vader, but Vader evaded.
Yep.
It looks like Milo tapped those cloud cars again.
Of course. And now they are
and Anakin's rolling at Jabba's guards.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But Len did use his force to evade, so there's no retaliate.
Yeah. Which is probably smart to just roll at the guards and get him.
Get him while he can't retaliate.
While he can't retaliate.
Absolutely. I agree. So you got 2 damage from Anakin.
I don't know what that's like. I don't think I ever rolled 2 damage with Anakin, even though he's lucky. It's unbelievable.
I mean, yeah, you and me both. We are statistically terrible at rolling dice.
I'm only bad on mine. In person, it's not that bad.
Your nickname is Captain Can't Roll.
Yeah, that's true. I lied.
The only time you usually roll well is against me. When you roll against me, you do very well.
Yeah, the original nickname is Captain Can't Roll.
Yeah.
before the whole Gold Squadron thing. All right, well, that's a dead guard.
Yep.
And Skiff gets 1 attack.
It does. I'm assuming, yeah, going at that damaged snow speeder.
Here's where battle cards are probably going to come in play.
We'll see.
Only 1 hit, so he might just take it.
Yeah, probably.
No reason to play a battle card on 1 hit. It's not going to kill it.
I will say this location is definitely keeping
him in the game.
Milo in the game.
Yeah, 100%. 6 force a turn.
That he's just using to tap all these cloud cars.
Yep.
If he didn't have that, this game would be over.
So you're seeing the weakness of Cloud Car.
Yeah.
Cloud Car is an amazing card for 2 build points, but it has a downside, and the light side is usually the best to take advantage of that downside.
Yeah. So they're just advancing the turns, getting some force.
Praetor, I don't think their decks are too similar. I actually think, if I remember correctly, I felt like Len was running some kind of diplomat-style deck, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I didn't play either of them.
I don't know, because I'll honestly with you, I played Len's dark side deck only 1 time, and I barely won. And then I played my dark side deck, and I lost 1 game, and then I played my dark side again, and I won. So I saw his dark side deck, his light side deck twice, but I just don't remember it for some reason. Oh, more skiffs.
No, same number.
Oh no, it's the same
Still
number.
2.
No. He just played another skiff.
Oh, that's right. He did kill one.
Yeah, he
you're
killed
right.
one. He just
100%.
played a new fresh skiff.
You are correct.
And it's crazy. Like 15 years ago, skiffs were used, but they're not used like they are now.
Yeah.
Like that is like the de facto
Force
competitive.
strategy, yeah.
Yeah, competitive ground units are all the force drain units, the skiffs, the cloud cars. But he's got to keep playing ground units because Milo is slowly chipping away.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah. It's amazing, though, that Falcon hasn't punched through more damage than it has on Vader.
I mean, Len's just using his force to pay 3 of A2.
Yeah, every time.
So, yeah, he's not really doing a lot.
Yeah,
2.
but he also hasn't rolled more than 2.
Yeah, he hasn't rolled a big crack.
Yeah.
It happens.
Also, Milo, because his hand was probably discarded 3 times.
Yeah.
Welcome, J.W. West from California.
I'm sure you are doing lots of participating on things virtually.
Yeah.
I have family that lives in SoCal, so I know they are... Lysol is their new best friend.
And they're not injecting it in themselves.
No.
We gotta stipulate that. That's not
happening.
That's
a fair statement. They're just spraying down everything they got with Lysol.
All right.
Okay, so they're tapping those cloud cars again.
Yeah, and here comes the fleet on some skiffs.
Yep.
So it's important to note Len can ignore the skiff, the unmodified with the 4 damage on it because it's going to die to upkeep next turn. So he just would like this 1 skiff not to die here, and then have the other skiff start working on the 1 damage unmodified. But 6 dice with lucky 1, it's going to be tough to keep that skiff alive, and it's dead.
Yep.
Interesting. You know what we have not seen? We have not seen a damage prevention card from either player.
No,
Units
we haven't,
just going
actually.
by the bin. No one playing damage prevention.
That is true.
And, ooh, did he only get a 1 out of 4?
On
yeah,
that one,
that's not good.
But that was the undamaged one that did that, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, but you want to get more.
Yeah.
Because he could die right here. He could roll 3 and then kill it. Let's see what happens. Skiff is attacking unmodified. 2.
Okay, so he's got another turn. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's the damage prevention.
Ask for a battle card and get the best one.
Yep.
The best damage prevention card. High speed dodge. Okay.
Yeah, JWS, he's losing his mind out there with quarantine, and we're helping him stay sane. You're welcome.
Yeah,
this is how we're staying sane in quarantine. We're doing live streams.
Yeah, that makes me so happy, JWS. I feel the same way. Like, live streaming has kind of we're very social creatures, especially when it comes to like hanging out and playing games with other people.
Yeah, we're usually at our friendly local game store 3 times a week minimum.
Yeah, exactly. So being at home and being able to stream with you guys and play games with interaction from the community has honestly been a godsend.
It's been great.
All right, next turn.
So,
what is the build roll here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they've rolled it.
It looks like a 1.
I guess.
Milo rolled
a 1. Okay.
That's terrible.
That's so bad. That's bad for both of them, honestly.
I mean, it's definitely worse for Milo.
Agreed. He needs a little bit more build so he can keep putting in some cheap ground units to sneak this game out.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what he's building, but he looks like he has...
he does have 2 on
He's
something.
got 2 build points on this card.
Yeah.
That was from last turn. I thought they had a higher build than 2 last turn. Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, one of the reasons it's important to play, if you notice, look at this board, right? So you've got a 2-cost uncommon. You got your 10-cost rare Vader.
Obviously, yeah.
But now you've got a 4-cost uncommon, 2-cost uncommon, 2-cost uncommon, 2-cost uncommon, 7-cost uncommon, a rare Falcon, 3-cost uncommon, 3-cost common, 3-cost common, and then a 4-cost rare.
Yeah.
So the one thing you'll notice is a lot of cheap cards on the table in competitive Star Wars TCG. The other thing, a lot of commons and uncommons.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of your deck, playing competitive or not, is still commons and uncommons. So it's really, even though some of the cards have really spiked in price, it's really not hard to get enough cards to build competitive decks.
True. And honestly, they don't, as long as they're competitive against each other, that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
As long as their power levels are matched, you're going to have a fun time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we played 2 decks on stream last week, which I encourage you to watch. It's pretty funny. It was like a Death Star deck and then like a Rebel...
pilots, really.
Well, it wasn't really... There was 3 pilots in the deck. You just happened to get a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
But it was like the Rebels were doing trench runs on the Death Star, and we had that set up, too, where there was a bunch of Lukes and Han and Leia. And
it was very A New Hope-y.
Yeah, the main character was Obi-Wan. You had 4 Obi-Wans, and we had an Old Man Obes versus Darth Vader duel. Yeah, it was
it happened.
Super thematic.
It was a very thematic match.
Very fun games.
It was fun. They were close.
All right, Falcon. 5 dice.
At Vader. Let's see if he can do a bigger crack than 2.
Rolls 5, except he typed it wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go. There's a 3.
There's a 3.
It doesn't matter,
Except
though.
Vader's just going to take 1.
He's never going to have enough. He's never going to have enough. He's never going to have enough build points.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Milo played
free
3 Tatooine.
Okay.
That's super helpful.
Oh.
It's a restricted card, meaning you can only have 1 in your deck. And if the build step starts, he can take 1 card from his discard pile and put it back on the bottom of his deck.
Right.
Which is huge because we
With
saw Len.
Like that,
We
right.
saw Len discard 21 cards.
Mm-hmm.
He might need some of those cards.
Yeah.
Now, in his deck is super thin, so
For
he's going to put them on the bottom of his deck.
Yeah, and if he has a way to shuffle.
Well, we know he has Coruscant shuttles.
Yeah.
So.
Or a Lando system or something, a way to shuffle all those back in.
So look, that skiff is already dead.
Oh,
another countermeasures?
Another countermeasures.
All right. Wow.
Oh, I guess Vader actually took all that damage. That's why. Why he took it, is because he needed the Force to pay for that.
All right, so we got a countermeasures coming in.
All right, that just wiped out a lot of stuff.
Yep. But now he has 3 units in play that can't attack Anakin's
Pod Racer. And another 1 build. Congratulations, Milo. You are the worst build roller next to me that I think I've ever seen. That's pretty horrible.
That's crazy.
Gosh, he has so many cards in his hand, you can't even see them all in the pane.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Well, I'm used to that, playing with Darth Ted. Like, he'll have to draw half his deck.
That's fair. That sounds like Ted.
Wedge held his own last week, huh?
Yeah, in our match.
Yeah, Wedge was pretty hot.
He was pretty hot. But it was fun. I even had Biggs get sacrificed to save the other pilots. It was super thematic.
Yeah, I've actually considered, like, if I had more time, going through my decks and trying to make, like, more thematic type decks where, like, I'll make an A New Hope deck versus another New Hope deck. A Battle of Hoth deck versus, you know, a Rebel
Speeders
deck. Yeah.
Okay, these guys are just kind of resetting their force, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Milo remembers to put a card on the bottom of his deck with a free...
It looks like he just did that. Moves Coruscant Shuttle from discard to the bottom of his
what did
deck.
we just say?
Yep.
Yeah, Coruscant Shuttle going to the bottom of the deck.
Yep, makes sense.
Because if he has one in play, he can then search and shuffle up that deck. So the cards he puts on the bottom actually get shuffled back into the deck.
Right.
Alright.
Okay.
Is he playing another card? What the heck was on this card? It's got 3 build points on it and he's not playing it.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's something hidden cost? Is there anything hidden
on
cost
the light side?
Relevant? I don't think so,
Boba
right?
Fett.
I guess.
I mean, Boba Fett would be a nice surprise against Vader.
I guess.
After Vader taps,
yeah,
Boba just comes in and that critical at 3 is relevant.
He doesn't have enough force to put hidden cost Boba in, though.
Well, you would know he had hidden cost Boba if he retreated ground.
Right.
Because then he would just I don't care about tapping all your speeders.
Correct, yeah.
I'll take, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would make sense.
That's the reason to include hidden cost Boba. Hidden cost Boba is Boba Fett H, and it's from Return of the Jedi, and it is a common. It's the best Boba Fett.
It is one of the best ones, for sure.
At least the best Boba Fett when in terms of just damage output and hitting cost.
We got a 3 build now.
Oh, man.
A little more. Living luxuriously at a 3.
Yeah, I don't even know if that helps Milo because he's actually winning. Right? If there's no build points for the rest of the game, he's going to win.
Yeah. It's true. Just because of that Dagobah system. That Dagobah system is doing some serious work.
Dagobah system's a great card. You just put one in your deck. Here's one of the downsides to Dagobah system. Or, I'm sorry, one of the downsides to the dark side. Often dark side players, especially in the competitive games, they will forget about playing a space. They won't play a location that can discard a space unit.
Right.
Because they're going to, right when you're in the tournament in the dark side, so often you're going to play 2 Cloud City...
2 carbon freezing.
2 carbon freezing chambers, and then 2 Cloud City battlegrounds, which is the best tournament card, period, right? We're getting more speeders.
More Bespins.
Okay.
More cloud cars.
That's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But Milo...
That's going to be able to
Wait, Milo didn't gain force? What happened?
He did.
He should have 6. You can't have less than 6, because he gained 6 at the start of the turn.
Yeah.
It's not optional.
Yep, there we go.
Okay. We wouldn't say anything, but
that's super.
When your build starts, you gain. It's not optional. It's not a May ability.
Yeah, if it was a May, we wouldn't say anything. That's a forced response. It's a forced trigger. You don't have a choice.
Oh, we've got space units.
Yep. Droid missiles and a tie.
Yeah.
Droid missiles plus tie are always a good combination because this guy has the intercept to be able to let that guy fire off his guarantee 3 damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's possible to get that Falcon killed. Oh.
So what did he...
Coruscant emergency shuttle.
So that's what he had the build on.
That's what he had the 3 build counters on.
Yeah.
So it's pay 0, prevent 2 damage to one of your ground units.
Yep.
Just a super turtley card.
Yep.
Milo's ground is very eerie to some of my ground unit decks choices. I like that card. It's another common from Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Stacking the Falcon.
Ah, there we go. Yep.
I honestly would have stacked I would rearrange it so the evading Falcon's on top.
Yeah, probably.
Because honestly, as long as these 2 units are, you don't even care about Vader. Just put the one that can evade.
Yeah.
Get to pay 2, evade 2. Mm-hmm. Make sure you don't take damage from the TIE Interceptor.
Yeah.
And then, you'll take 3 damage from the missiles, but it's like, okay. So he's not even fighting. He's gonna wait.
What's the difference in cost there? Oh, it's the same.
Yeah,
so
they're both 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so Falcon B from Battle of Yavin. One of the coolest pictures of the game. In foil, it looks amazing. It's a great card. Well designed. It's a strong card. Not as strong as Falcon E.
So Falcon rolled it. Vader again just rolled 2. Vader evaded it. Vader evaded it.
Stacking it, but it still only rolled 2.
Yep. Tapping all those cloud cars, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to tap the big one that rolls 5 and this one that rolls 3. And the reason he's thinking he can roll 1 and
try to take that one out.
Kill this one.
Yeah.
With lucky 2.
Yep.
And then only 1 speeder's attacking him, and then he has pay
2,
0, evade 2, and pay 1, evade 1. So he can't even take damage back.
Correct.
Which is pretty gross.
Yep. And there goes that guy.
Anakin's Pod Racer is doing so much work in this game.
It's crazy.
You know what's funny? When I play Anakin's Pod Racer in almost all of my decks, I usually don't even want to play it because I've rolled so badly with it.
Yeah.
And I just want it in my hand so I can have the 80 speed card in my hand to be able to lightsaber quick draw and wipe out the whole character arena.
Right.
But in this game, he's just like the tank that you can't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You can't take him out.
You would never think that guy would be doing so much
It's
work.
because these best spin cars have that weakness of being forced to tap them.
Yeah.
So you can see they're definitely a double-edged sword. And now this is great. So he's attacking this card because this has another weakness. In addition to being forced to tap it, it loses a power for every damage counter on it.
Right,
so
exactly.
he knows he's not going to kill it, but let's just weaken it.
Yeah, weaken it, absolutely.
And then once he weakens it enough, then he just goes back to tapping these 2 and then killing that one.
Yep, exactly.
So
another 1 build. Congratulations, Milo.
This is very helpful for Milo. I mean, he doesn't want to roll build. He wants to...
That's true.
He just wants to deplete Len's resources.
Yep.
This is a very long game so far.
For sure, and it's been so swingy.
We're at 54 minutes.
Yeah, it is a very swingy game for sure. 20 minutes ago, I thought Milo was toast.
Yeah, so here's the problem with a game this long. You can't lose this game. Mm-hmm. The winner of this game is going to have such an advantage because...
If you don't finish the next game.
If you don't finish the next game, then it's just game over.
Yep. So since this is the finals, I'm assuming you won't allow a draw?
No,
if they each win a game?
No, there's no draw. So what happens is if they run out of time, and they go into like a game 3, right, with no time on the clock because they can't have a draw, they would play game 3, do all of their setup, and they would be in overtime rules, so they wouldn't get any force points or build points. They would just have essentially their opening setup and their initial 4 force, and that's it.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they wouldn't even get 4 force because that happens after setup. So they would get no force points. They would just get their build.
All right.
It'd be really awkward, but that's how it works.
They were just asking what the timer is. So
I
told them we're 55 minutes in.
Yep. It's a long game. So they've essentially got 35 minutes left.
Yeah.
So here's a scenario, too. If you're playing in this game, right, and you're Len, at what point in the game do you actually just consider conceding? Because it's going to take
It's going to take so long for you to lose.
So long for you to lose, and you are clearly losing.
Yeah.
And
I guess it's also a question.
How many ground units has he lost?
At least 3 or 4.
At least 3 skiffs.
Oh, lightsaber quick draw.
2 Jabba's.
Oh, he's putting it on the bottom of his deck. Okay.
2 Jabba's.
2 Jabba's guards.
So that's
2 skiffs.
3.
A cloud.
Because he had 2 initially, one died,
right.
and he
3
replaced
skiffs.
it.
Yeah.
So there's 5 of his ground units
at
are dead.
Yeah.
He's got 3 in play. That's 8. What does he have in the deck? 12, 13, 14 at most. Oh, and now he just played a Rebel Hanger.
Yep.
Which now that
opens up character again.
It doesn't even matter. Like he can't lose ground or. If I were Len, honestly, I would concede this game to give myself enough time to play game 2, win game 2, and at least give my shot at game 3.
Yeah.
Because now, if this game goes on another 5, 10, 15, every minute longer.
That was a big crack. 5 damage from the Falcon.
Okay. There goes some force.
Yeah. Avitor's going to have 1 health left.
Yeah. That Falcon, you give it enough rolls, eventually it's going
to do well.
It's going to roll well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Milo should have 6 force.
Well, he doesn't now, but yeah, he spent it.
Yep, and here we go. I think he tapped all the speeders.
2. I think he did, yeah.
He had enough force to tap them all.
Yep.
And that stupid Anakin's Pod Racer rolled 2 hits.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it did.
What is the shuttle roll? 1.
1.
Alright, so now that speeder has one. It's 1 dice with accuracy, 1 health.
Yep.
Now you just let it sit there and work on the other ones.
Yep. Oh, a 5 for build.
That might be too late.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Len needed. Maybe was 1 big build roll. So we'll see if this changes things around for him.
Yeah, the issue is
he's got so
5
many
build points. If I were Milo, I would throw 5 build points on Yoda. You know what I mean? Just throw Yoda J back in.
Isn't he 6?
Yeah, just throw 5 on him because he's going to go in space, right?
Oh, there's the kamikazes.
You knew this was going to happen.
Yep.
On your turn, you just say, okay, I can throw something in play. I could even go with Falcon and just kill
Vader.
And then
or hope to.
Yeah, I would play any character I could get into play this turn.
Yeah.
Unless, you never know, if he's got... What could he play that would be really good? Cheap light side unit. Luke's X-Wing C would be great here with 5 build points.
Yeah.
Because the shields and the evade. Although, we've got...
all those droid missiles and the kamikazes. Yeah, it's just gaining more force. Okay.
Force and cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's interesting.
Yeah.
He really needs to play a unit here. Like, any character would be awesome, but with 3 build points,
I mean, we don't know if he has a Yoda J, I guess, because Len made him discard his hand 3 times.
Yeah, there's a good chance that all the Yodas... Because even with all this, there's a chance that one of those units will survive.
Yeah, because they both have pretty high hit power, honestly. Yeah. So there is a chance
the redemption
that they make it
has
out.
Armor.
We swapped the Falcon, so he has the evading Falcon now.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Although he needs to do something about the droid missiles, because...
those are a problem.
The droid missiles are a real big issue.
Yeah.
Now, the other option is he could... he's not actually under a lot of threat in ground. He could spend 4 force to tap these 2 guys. Or, honestly, he could just tap one of them. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He could spend 4 force from his hand to disrupt the activated ability on the missiles.
Yeah.
And it kills the missile.
Yeah, that's
because part of the cost is discarding it. If he does that, The other thing is, though, Len has a million cards in his hand.
A million.
There's a good chance
cards.
Len could have a disrupt for his disrupt.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. This is one of the reasons, if you look in space, one of the reasons I like...
Oh, you know what? We have his discard pile showing here.
He's down to 3 cards. Wow.
That makes so much more sense. Yeah. I was going to say, like, God, he has just a million cards.
Yep.
We just had the wrong thing.
Yeah, we had the wrong thing. So Len's only got 3 cards in his
hand. Because I was checking over here on the left. I was like, why does it say his hand is only 3 and 8?
Right, well,
this is crazy.
Here's the intercept. He's going to attempt to attack a droid missile.
Right.
Intercept is going to happen.
Correct. Yep, there we go. It's got 4, so that's a lot.
Now the missiles will kill the Falcon.
Yep.
Unless he has disrupt.
Yeah.
The reason we say it's going to kill these missiles have a discard this unit from the arena, and you place 3 damage counters on a unit. It means you can't evade.
Correct.
You just put 3 damage counters on a unit.
Yep.
So he'll put 3 on the Falcon, and then he'll do it again. Put 3 on the Falcon, which will be 6. It'll kill the Falcon. All right. So the only way the Falcon lives is if he has
a dismiss,
or a thwart.
Yeah. Oh, dismiss. There it is.
Discuss it and dismiss.
Yep. Pay for
it.
it.
But hold on. He is countering it.
Oh.
So let's look what I said. So
okay.
Milo tried to get rid of the ability, and then he dismissed the ability.
And then he dismissed the dismiss.
But what did he discard?
Falcon.
No, to say, Len has to discard something for the dismiss. Question mark.
Scroll back down.
Len changes force. Len discards. Oh, maybe this one.
No. That was Milo.
It says Len discards Bespin Cloud card. Okay, all good. Alright. So we got some exploding droids attacking.
Kamikazes.
Are they going to kamikaze?
It looks like it. They got 5 dice there.
Yeah. Oh, man.
5 dice for 1 damage. That was pretty rough.
This could be game.
It could.
He needs 2 hits. Wait a minute. Why did he take so much damage?
Does it have accuracy?
They don't have accuracy. Wait, hold on. Ask them if they counted armor for the redemption.
Because I'm not sure.
There's 0 hits right there.
Yeah, that should be 0. Scroll down. Okay, they say they did.
I'm a little confused by what we see in the chat log, but they're saying that they did it right.
Okay. In which case, then Len is our victor.
No, Len's not has not won 2 arenas. Ground is still contested.
There's nobody in space and nobody in...
There's no one in space, so no one won that arena.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So... That Anakin Spot Racer going at 80 speed and just wiping out all those units before they attack has been so gross.
So crazy. Alright.
I still don't know how the redemption
yeah, I don't know how
died,
it died.
because they said roll 6, and it said the results were all 3s.
Yeah.
And then he rolled another one for 2s, so there's the 2 6 rolls.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how...
Unless it had a bunch of damage on it already, but I don't know how
it didn't have any.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Len's playing a interrogator droid in ground.
Character.
The character, yeah. He's this is one of my all-time favorite cards. It's from A New Hope. It's a rare. You can tap it, look at your opponent's hand, discard a battle or a mission card.
Yeah.
Sadly, this card was printed before locations existed.
Right.
Which
that would obviously make way more sense.
Right, it would make more sense because, they were, he was looking for the hidden rebel base.
Yeah, we can flavor errata that just like we flavor errata all Jango Fets to have armor 1.
Well, you could also say that the reason it doesn't let you search for a location is because Leia never gives up the location of the rebel base.
I guess that's fair. Well, she gives up a location, it's just not the location.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Len says he forfeits.
Okay, that's smart. He wants to get a game in.
Yep. So 30 minutes.
He probably didn't have another unit to put in space.
Yeah.
All right. No, 29. There's an hour and 6 on the clock.
Yeah. We're playing 90 minutes.
Yeah, so
an hour and a
you're
half.
at 66 minutes right now.
Yeah.
What's 66 plus 29?
I don't know. That's math I don't want to do.
It's more than 90.
Well.
Okay. So there's actually 23 minutes left on the clock. $27. That's fine. They might have started their clock later. Oh, no, he's bidding 27 light side.
Ah, okay.
He wants to play his light side again.
Yep.
Wow, 27 light side. If I were playing,
that's aggressive.
I would have been like, dark side at 30.
Yeah.
You can have it.
Yeah.
But my dark side deck was what was carrying me.
Yeah.
It was not my light side deck, so.
That's fair.
Well, that was a wild match.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Drawn up.
So did we do? It looks like
they didn't say anything else in the chat, so I'm assuming Milo is. I guess we can see when they set up their force.
Milo is playing Occupied. These are dark side cards. So Milo went with dark side.
So then I guess that means Len went at below 27.
26. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Interesting.
All right. Let's see. That's a low bid. We'll see if that matters.
That is a very low bid. So they're doing our League Mulligan rule where you discard any non-unit cards, i.e. anything that's sideways, and then draw and replace, and then shuffle your discard back into your deck.
Yeah, so it's not discard. So what you do is you take any card that's not a unit, and you don't discard it. You just set it to the side. And then you draw up to your maximum hand size, and then the cards that you set aside in this way, you shuffle back into your deck. The point being that it allows players to mulligan more freely without the fear of losing cards for the entire game.
Right.
There is a downside. Whenever you take those cards and shuffle them back in your deck, yes, you're not losing them for the whole game, but you're also putting more non-unit cards into your base deck, which means the likelihood of you drawing more non-unit cards during setup increases by a small amount.
Yeah. Got Anakin's Pod Racer again, just on the other side. Similar matchups, actually. So we got the Cloud Cars again on this side.
Yep.
Got a Royal Guard in here now.
Yep.
Anakin's Pod Racer.
Anakin's
Starfighter.
Yeah, man, Anakin's going to be pretty busy piloting his Pod Racer and his Starfighter in this game. It's the only way you see Anakin anything in this game.
Yeah. Falcon B.
So I think it was smart for Milo once he had the Milo. Once Milo had the Dagobah system in play, it was smart for him just to let his Yoda go back to his hand and just ignore the character Rita, because he was never going to be able to attack with that Yoda.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Just by doing that allowed him to win the game.
Yeah.
By grinding out that ground arena. While these two look like they have incredibly similar decks.
For sure.
So I know for a fact that Len has all of these units in his deck. He's got these Elite Guardians.
Yep.
And what Len's Darkside deck was trying to do was play cheap characters, non-uniques, with the exception of Masameda and Sandhill in character, and then force you to commit a character to the arena, and then deploy the hidden cost Vaders to kill you.
That's interesting that Len played a Coruscant shuttle during setup. I kind of wonder if he's struggling with units.
It could be that he doesn't really care about, he just wants to have a better setup, and he doesn't really care about the tutor effect.
Yeah, so, or maybe he has another one in his hand.
This card says when you deploy this unit, search your deck for a Jedi and put it to your hand. The problem is when you're playing a card during setup, they have no abilities.
Correct. So we got another UJ.
No, Milo's decks are good. They're very similar. The Imperatorian, his decks are very similar to many of the decks that we saw in 2005.
I guess he switched and is playing the Yoda in reserve.
He cannot do that. So you have to. Oh wait, he might be out of. I think
that's the last. I think he's out. I think he was out of build.
All right, let's see. Hold on.
Because he was at 27.
4, 10, 14, 18, 21. 19. Oh, 26. Yeah, he must be out of.
Yeah, I think he was out.
He must be out of build. Okay.
And there's an Angry Vader back there. I'm assuming that's hidden cost.
Yeah.
So there's one force to deploy that. That's interesting that he did it that way.
He did it this way because he didn't think he was going to win the character arena, and he wanted to play this Yoda, which he could just use to win the other two arenas. Except we got now a carbon freezing chamber coming down from Milo.
Right. Well, that's why I say, like, I'm surprised that he would have put 9.
Oh, you're going to capture Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't have a force gain on the light side this turn, Yoda's going back to his hand.
Yeah.
Because he only has 2 force. Mm-hmm. So he needs a meditate or a... He needs a meditate, seek the council's wisdom, or recognition of valor, or a Dagobah system. No, Dagobah system won't help him.
Yeah, it won't help.
Because it's forced during the build step. Yeah. So those are really the only cards he can have.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting what I was saying, that he put 9 build here, given that he has no... Yeah, that's a 9.
Yeah.
He has nothing built in character at the moment. He's got that carbon freezing chamber. I'm just surprised.
His hand might be bad.
Yeah, maybe.
He obviously doesn't want to go into space.
Oh, there's the meditate.
And this so that keeps Yoda in play.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been gross if Milo had a foil there for the meditate.
Fascinating. This is the second game, so it is 1-0 at the moment.
Yeah, and the replay Fascinating will be going up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The match right now is 1-0 in favor of Milo. Milo won a very long, drawn-out game with his light side deck against Len's dark side. And he won simply by basically just using force gain from Dagobah system to tap down all of Len's cloud cars in the ground arena and basically
slowly kill them with Anakin's pod racer.
Eventually, Len just conceded because there was virtually very little chance of him winning the game. And it was going to be such a slow death that he really needed to try and win another game so that he has a chance at a game 3.
Yeah. And again, with that redemption, we honestly are unsure what happened there as well. We don't know why that got pulled off the board. We couldn't figure that out either. So we didn't want to drag down their game. If we have a chance to chat with them, maybe they'll.
It didn't matter because
it wouldn't have.
It didn't matter because Len conceded.
Correct.
But I don't know how that redemption died with the dice rolls that we saw in the chat. So, well, we can ask them later. I mean, mistakes happen. You know, they might be nervous. You know, people are watching their game. Yep. But I mean, it was a pretty clean game for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Just give them an update on their timer.
Yeah, I thought they might have set their own timer.
They might have, but I just want them to...
No, but it's good to let them know.
Be aware of where we're at. They might not be looking at it.
All right. So now Milo gets to do his speeder.
His Anakin. Let's see if his Anakin does as much work as the other one did.
Yeah. 1.
2. There you go.
Man, Anakin's pod racer. Hilarious. Yeah, I understand the redemption wasn't being used, but the redemption could still hold the arena.
Correct.
And if the kamikazes don't kill it, then he wins the arena.
Correct.
That's all. And then
he would have just won the game.
Well, no, he wouldn't have won the game because he hadn't won ground.
Oh, that's true.
Ground
yeah,
yet.
he had. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. So
right.
Swinging out at the Coruscant shuttle here.
Yeah. 3 dice. 1
damage.
No accuracy there. Oh, Yoda E prevents that 2 damage. Or prevents 1. Alright, so no damage. Why does Len have no force?
I'm assuming
What did Len
because he
spend
kept...
force on? Oh, he tapped a speeder.
Yeah, he tapped a speeder.
So he's going to lose this.
I think so.
He must have tapped a speeder.
Yeah. I do see
Len
a couple...
changes force from 1... From
4 to 1.
From 4 to 1, -3. So
yeah. So he taps.
So yeah, he's gonna lose that Yoda this turn. We gotta make sure that they trigger that because that's also.
I think that's what they're doing right now. Yep.
Yep. All right.
Perfect.
Ooh, that Yoda was his best defense against all that ground stuff.
Five build, it looks like.
Okay. And Milo's pretty new to this game. Milo just, from my memory serves, I think he was one of the newer guys.
That's brutal. Losing 4 force.
Oh, insignificant power.
That means all those cloud cards are going to be
You don't see that card too often.
No, I've never seen it before.
It's from A New Hope. It's a good card. It is often just not as good as Maul strategy, though. But I can see why playing it here because you don't have access to Maul strategy here.
Right.
So for 3, you're just taking 4 away from your opponent, whereas Maul strategies, you take 3 and then you gain 3.
Right.
And it's cheaper than your prowess are weak, which is 6 build. Your opponent loses all their force.
Right. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why Milo upped his force here. Insignificant power. I think he was supposed to minus it, right?
I'm so confused. Let him know that insignificant power doesn't gain you force. Just drain.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. So he played it from his hand. Yeah.
Just type it. Yeah, so insignificant power doesn't gain you force, it just... Oh, okay. Well, how does he have 10 force? Alright.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
we'll just let him play.
Let him play.
They're on a clock,
I'm kind of
yeah,
confused how he has 10 force.
It's from turn start. He hadn't just... Oh.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, well, we'll see. You can always go back and rewatch, but if they think they're doing it right, then I guess...
The only question is, this is only turn 2, right? Or is this turn 3?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It might be 3.
Maybe it is.
One die. 2 from Anakin's Pod Racer again. Which is good on that undamaged cloud car, so it weakens it.
Yeah. Here it goes, though.
1
3
damage.
accuracy.
Oh, brutal. Crunch is right. Yep. That's rough.
Now it's Anakin needs to do some work for Len. Needs to lucky and evade a lot of attacks.
Ugh.
0.
0.
All right.
Survives for a turn. Yeah, so Fascinating says that they did the force right. Okay.
Yep. I didn't realize that he didn't gain his force, so that makes sense. Yeah, I can roll over more cards.
So we've got the carbon freezing chamber, which is kind of preventing Milo, or Len, I should say, from playing.
All right, well, he got another capture we won.
Okay.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, Milo's going full force drain in this deck.
Yeah. So Sandhill hasn't really been doing anything.
Yeah, he hasn't wanted to give the.
He wasn't wanting to give him any build
points.
Yeah, and then
he's
a bunch
using
of
them now, though.
Yep. Anakin is doing work with that lucky one in both games, honestly. What's this? After the deal, another. Really? They're both playing that?
That's kind of strange.
That's very strange.
Well, no, it's actually not super strange. Alter the Deal can be played in a dark side card, in a dark side deck, just as a way to, once you've depleted your hand, like a draw 7.
Sure.
Kind of the way, same way you would play.
Yeah, it's just, I've just never seen it before.
Same way you would play a wheel or a time twister in old school, just to draw 7.
These are the other units we got going on here.
So did he play the Alter the Deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then we've got these cloud cars that are a little bit weaker because they have the damage on them. This one has 2, this one has 3, and then another cloud car as well. So these he can pay force to tap. This is a Vader R.
Yeah.
With the 9 build on it. We knew that from setup.
Yeah, he's got damage tokens on it instead of build counters.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a Vader R. This game's going to be won in ground, though. Yeah, I mean, the biggest appeal, I think, that really makes the Cloud Car units so appealing is the 50 speed on them turning on.
On dark side especially.
Well, yeah. on either side, because they are so they work so well with high speed dodge.
That's true.
You don't want them to get damaged, but high speed dodge, one of them can prevent 3. Whereas like some of the other good dark side options are all below 50 speed.
Yeah.
So the dark side has very few units that are actually dark side not neutral that are 50 speed. I will say that if I was going to do another tournament, which we definitely will, but if I was going to play, I would definitely make some different card choices seeing what everyone else played.
Does their tag work against cross arena attacks?
No.
I will tell you, some of the sound effects from Lackey are pretty entertaining. You guys aren't hearing them, but I am. But when I just said nope, it was the Luke no.
Yeah, they added an updated sound pack.
Pretty funny. Anytime I make a smiley face or an LOL, it's Jabba laughing. They've done some good things with the sound packages here.
Yeah, actually, you can see The retaliate says if a unit in the same arena as this unit is attacking this unit, it does 3 dice damage to that unit when the attack ends.
Yeah, it makes
so
sense.
You can see that you cannot, if he uses this to attack this, he cannot retaliate back.
Correct.
Yeah, so now we've got the stacked Falcon E. Go to now pick on
characters.
Yep. This is a big deal. One of those
guys just got wiped. Yep.
This is a big deal because this is a wave.
Fleet.
Okay.
All right.
So
see how this goes.
Endor Imperial Fleet also has hitting cost 3. Yep. And then he can pay force, and after all the units are tapped, he can put it into play.
Yep, get a free attack.
And it's an untapped, so now he gets to attack, and he's definitely gonna roll at this Falcon.
Absolutely.
He wants to just kill it. Doesn't care about the other units. What do you roll? 2.
2.
No, 2 out of 8. That's not great.
That's not very good.
You will hopefully get a much better attack. All right, we're going to ground. It looks like. Anakin's gonna go at one of those speeders. The fleet should be tapped. I think they just.
Yeah, I think they just.
I think they're trying to. They're playing because of time.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
And the problem is that Len is not going to be able to win because when time is called, the overtime rules work as such. When time is called, if only game 1 was won, that's the winner.
Yeah, if there was only one game that was completed, whoever won the first game wins the match. Yeah, I agree, Grim Praetorian. This is a good game. Both of them have been pretty close, and I'm surprised how similar their decks actually are.
Yeah, the only thing that's disappointing is that we have to have time in games, and that game is so long that they're not going to be able to have, a good best of 3 on camera. Yeah, both of those big speeders have 1 health left.
Yep.
Yeah, if it wasn't for time, Milo would probably lose this game.
Yeah, I agree. And a 1 for build.
Because there's a good chance that fleet's going to now just die.
Yes.
He's got Anakin's Firefighter with critical hit 1. Obi-Wan's with critical hit 2.
Yep.
And then the Falcon with 6 dice. And he could flip it now to the evading Falcon. Milo's
do they play this last turn? Would they finish this last turn?
Yeah.
Milo forfeits.
What?
I think they just want to have a game 3, maybe.
Okay. All right. Milo was going to win there.
Yeah.
Interesting. They might not. So keep in mind, this is the first tournament in a long time. Both players might not be familiar with the overtime rules. So they're going to play another game, but they won't get any build or force after setup. So yeah, mulligan all those battle cards.
Yeah.
So you can see his deck. He's got high speed dodge, light super quick draw.
Discuss.
It's a good chance that Milo's light side deck is basically the same deck from the 2005 championship, just slightly altered.
Yeah, it's possible.
He's got a lot of the same cards.
He's ditching those guys.
I don't know why he forfeited there.
I don't know.
But all right. Well, time doesn't really matter now.
Yeah.
Because now they're going to play this game and get no build after setup. So it's all about setup here. So I think Milo thought... I think Milo thought maybe he was going to lose.
Maybe. But he won the first game.
Right. I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure if the players are aware of the
overtime rules. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, their force totals are way off. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that. Maybe that's just him thinking about how much build he's going to have for setup. I know a lot of people do that. They'll use that as a cue for themselves to remind them how much build they have for the setup.
It looks like they're putting build points in there, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, we can count. So, so far we have Yoda.
6.
That's great.
Yeah.
Although the lucky will be good, and the drawing the cards will not be super useful. Since you're not going to have the resources. Yeah. I think the dark side has the advantage when it goes to overtime.
Anakin's Pod Racer again.
This is good because 0 to evade 2.
Yeah.
Having that's really strong.
Extra buffer, yeah.
This is still pretty good.
Yeah, Luke C is fine. The shields is helpful.
The shields, the speed, the accuracy, that's all good. The evade. So they're not going to have any force points after setup.
Right.
Because they're in time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way for them to gain. The only way they can gain force points is like through.
Which is interesting too, because that means they can't use their activated abilities.
Right. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of dead cards.
There's a Vader.
There's going to be a lot of dead cards in Milo's hand because all the cards that gain him force, or the cards that draw him cards, he won't even be able to play because he can only play them after setup.
Just kind of flipping over what Len's got here.
Yeah.
And Milo. He had played a dark one. It looks like he bounced it.
He might have changed his mind. So what do we have build-wise? 6.
Len's bid was 26. Okay, so that's why he bounced it to his hand. Because Tarquin's 5.
Okay. So, yeah, and he won't have any build points, so he's gonna stack his...
Stack his Luke for 1.
Okay. So 6, 12, 17, 20, 23. He's got 2 points left. Or 3 points left.
I think he's got 1.
This is 6. This is 12. 17, right? Plus 3 is 20. Plus 3 is 23.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So 3 points left. Can't play a second one of those.
Yep. I think he was revealing it, maybe putting build on it.
He's putting build on it in case it dies.
Correct.
Then he can replay it because he had nothing else to put 3 build points on.
Correct.
So.
And he's not going to get any more the rest of the turn. So.
Right, yeah, there's no build points the rest of the game.
Okay.
No build, no force. Which, yeah. Awkward. Yeah, fashioning, you can't gain build or force in our overtime rules. That's true. Yeah, there's nothing they can do.
You can still activate, or I should say, you can use abilities on player cards, but anything that requires force, like Anakin's Pod Racer is pay 1 to evade 1, you have no force to be able to actually use that activated ability.
What he's saying is card abilities that would be in play. So if you had, say you had like Mace Windu A. Mace Windu A says at the end of the turn, if Mace is in play, gain 1. You know, that
would still trigger?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
But in our rules, what Fashion is saying, I did make it very clear to make it not as complicated that in overtime, no player can gain force or build points, period, the rest of the remainder of the game.
Right, exactly. Which, because they were in setup, that means after setup, they couldn't gain any more builds or force points.
Correct. Yeah.
If they had been in the middle of a game, it would have been from that point going forward, no more build or force. Finish out your game.
So yeah, and here's the thing. Luke just attacked the droid missile.
Yeah.
Because he can't intercept.
Right.
But Luke's got to survive a bunch of dice here. So.
Yeah.
0.
0.
That's bad.
This guy's only rolling 1.
Well, he's going to blow him out for 5, I guarantee
Oh,
it.
that's true. Yeah.
He needs to.
Yeah.
Because Luke can't evade either. So
right.
If he gets 3 hits out of 5 dice, Luke's 4 hits. Yeah. But it's still possible. Mm-hmm. He's got it. Oh, 5.
Oh, Luke said. Snap.
Holy cow.
Oh, man.
That was a roll.
Holy cow. Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Good roll.
Yeah, that sucks.
Man.
Game's not over yet, though.
It's not.
So who wins?
I don't
Vader
know.
R or Yoda J? Neither of them get to use force powers.
Yeah, I mean, damage can't be prevented is irrelevant. You can't use evade anyway.
Yeah, Vader's ability is essentially negate because there's no evade.
He's literally just a 66-6 and a 45-5. So, I mean, he still gets the lucky.
Oh, he
so
can
maybe
still,
that'll
he can
be
still
enough.
intercept with the guards because it's pays 0 force to intercept.
Correct. That is true. He can do that. It's really interesting.
The only thing is he's going to have to make sure he discards a card every turn for upkeep because he can't pay the build point.
Uh-huh.
Although it'll be dead in 2 turns.
It'll be gone. Grim Praetorian. I know those overtime rules seem a little rough, but honestly, it's the only way to have it be fair where it keeps the game moving quickly. Because when you're doing timed things and you're trying to actually keep it as close to time as possible...
Here's the other thing, Grim Praetorian. If we went back and used the rules from 2005, which I did find, there is a couple ways players could really use those rules to their advantage to kind of break the game in overtime. And it wasn't something that people had readily figured out back in 2005. But 15 years later, if we didn't make any adjustments to the overtime rules, the dark side would be at a very significant advantage going into overtime with those rules.
Mm-hmm. Man, these guys are rolling hot.
Yeah, Len is crushing Milo with dice rolls.
It's crazy.
So this is the overtime rules working in favor of Len because Milo can't use the force points to tap down the cloud cars. Mm-hmm. So the cloud cars are just...
Oh, well, there's your bad one. There's your evening out, I guess.
I guess,
so
but he's still losing 2 arenas.
For sure.
Roll lucky 2 with the Yoda.
Uh-huh. It's got 3 right now. Okay,
just
so
3.
Oh.
Alright, well, we're definitely going to have one more turn.
Yeah.
The problem is those 2 Bespin units.
Yeah, for sure. They're so fast and with the accuracy.
And it didn't even damage any of them.
Yep. Replaying the Anakin.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Well, that he can do.
Yep.
That was good foresight on him to realize that he needed to spend his 30 build points at least.
Yeah. Yep, space taps. Anakin rolling at Jabba's guards.
He got to pay the upkeep on the guards.
Oh, that's true.
But it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I mean, he has so many cards.
He has so many cards he can't play any of them.
Yep. All right. 1 damage on that guard. Ugh, brutal.
Yeah, that's going to be game.
That's probably going to be game.
So...
Another damage by Jabba's guards. But those Bestman Clouds cards are going to unload.
Yeah.
Oh, only 1. Even with the accuracy. 0. Wow.
Did he roll a 0? What?
Yeah, lucky 1. Okay, there's 4.
Yeah, lucky 1.
So 3, that's enough.
That's still 4.
No, he did a lucky 1.
The 3's inaccuracy.
Oh, yeah. That's
what they realized.
Yep. All right. Vader.
Could be game.
It could.
There's 4 hits.
4 hits.
Lucky 2.
3 hits.
3 hits.
Vader. Yoda's at 1.
1, yeah.
Let's see if Yoda can roll it back.
3.
4.
4. That's dead Vader.
That's a dead Vader. Okay. It's not looking good for Milo over there.
That roll in space just crushed Milo so hard.
For sure. That perfect roll against Luke, that was just insane.
And that modified snowspeeder, there's no chance.
Yeah.
We will have a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Bespin Cloud car. Rolling 2. That's enough. That's game.
All right.
Good game, gentlemen. Well, we have a champion. Len is our first online tournament winner in a long time. We will be starting a new online tournament probably in a couple weeks, and we are going to add a couple of the IDC sets to the card pool.
Fun.
So it's going to be really cool. If you guys want to check us out, we will have all the online tournament rules and instructions on the site homebasegames.com. Just go to leagues, click on that tab, and we'll have the instructions up there. Next week we will be back. We're
going to do that Death Star 2 deck.
Yes, live matches of Death Star 2. I apologize for the delay. And for Patronus, I'm Gold Leader, and we are signing out.
Thanks, guys.